Hello and welcome to TechBrits, your community-driven technology show, and a very community-driven few weeks we have lined up for you.
In the next few weeks, we are going to be having some of the best of the UK tech scene joining us on the show, and we're just going to be we're basically showcasing what they do online.
Exactly, there's some fantastic talent out there, and we hope that this series really helps show you guys what's out there. So this week we have a special guest, so why don't you go ahead and tell us exactly who you are and what it is you do.
Hello, my name's Luke and I run a technology YouTube channel that covers the latest tech news and product reviews.
Okay, so can you tell us exactly what it was that got you started?
From a young age I started to make small comedy videos which then grew into a small internet show that a lot of people watched at school, and later decided that comedy wasn't really for me. And I knew that I always had a love for technology, and then I thought I really wanted to share my love for technology with other people. So that's kind of what got me started, and I've had a couple of channels before, but they never really got off the ground, and TechBannana is the one that has really stemmed and has got me to where I am today.
Right, and who inspired you?
I saw some people on YouTube making videos in terms of tech videos. I always watched Tech Waffle, Techno Buffalo, and they really looked like they were having really so much fun with what they were doing. They didn't look like it was a chore or anything, and I thought I might as well give it a go. And also Chris Parolo was someone that I watched from quite a young age and always aspired to try out what he was doing, because he really looked like he was having so much fun with what he was doing as well. So there are quite a lot of YouTubers that I aspire to be, but everyone has their own unique content, and I think I've really stemmed from those YouTubers.
Nice, so I'm sure like all of ours, your content's changed a lot over the years, so how much has it changed since you started?
Well, my content has kind of progressed with how technology has progressed. I've moved on as well, and it's definitely changed a lot how my videos work since I first started in 2010. I started off with a little camcorder and it produced perfect videos. It's just I wanted to have a little upgrade, and now I use professional DSLR. I use a Canon 600D on most of my videos these days, and I also have professional lighting kits that light my subjects and everything, and I also have a lot less ums and ahs. People always tell me that I do have a lot of ums and ahs, and I do agree with them, but there's definitely a lot less than my original content. But I do like looking back at my original content because it shows how far I've progressed, and I think my videos, in terms of how good they look so much more professional, I think, and they look more like an internet show than just someone making videos on the internet.
So is your life different now to how it was before you started making videos?
I think that creating and doing content creation for YouTube has really changed my life a lot, because I have to find time to make the videos now, in between all my other things that I have to do, but I really enjoy what I do. It's not like, oh, I have to make a video today. I really do enjoy what I'm doing, and now that I'm a YouTube partner, I also get to do what I love for a small bit of revenue, and it's good because I'm really happy that I can do what I love doing as a kind of small job.
Now I know that I have some real fond tech memories, so I just want to know what exactly was yours.
My oldest tech memory is probably when I first ever saw a computer. It was a gigantic CRT monitor with a beast of a tower. You know, you get these really thin ones these days. This was it was gigantic, and that is my oldest tech memory. I'm not that old.
So in your eyes, who do you think influenced technology the most?
I think the person that has influenced technology the most has to be Steve Jobs. Now, this is not because of an Apple fanboy point of view, but if you think about it, he is the one that was involved in reinventing the whole phone experience for everyone, and if it weren't for Steve Jobs making the iPhone, we probably wouldn't have are Android phones. I mean, I run on an Android phone today, and they've progressed so much. You know, if Steve Jobs wouldn't have invented the iPhone, we would probably still be using flip phones, which wouldn't be good.
So, the big question, Mac or PC?
I run on one, so I'm going to have to say Mac.
So, iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, or Windows Phone?
Well, I use an Android. I do like Apple better, but I think iOS is very outdated, so I'm going to have to say Android.
And what exactly was your first phone? I'm sure, like mine, it was a massive brick.
My first phone was an old Motorola flip phone, which I don't have anymore, and it was absolutely gigantic.
What was your first tablet?
iPad 2.
Now, this might go back to your fondest tech memory, but what was your first computer?
An Advent laptop that was very, very high spec at the time, I remember.
Now, of the two social networks, would you prefer Twitter or Facebook?
I'm going to have to say Twitter.
If one of these shut down, which couldn't you live without? YouTube or Twitter?
It's got to be YouTube.
And what's the favourite device in your house? I'm sure most will say the one that's on you, but what would you say?
I'd say my iMac.
Thanks for joining us. It was great to have you. So why don't you just quickly round up to our viewers where we can find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter if you want to follow me at twitter.com/TechBannana. And also, if you want to see all the main content that I do and all the main stuff that I do, you can go to youtube.com/TechBannana. Hopefully, it's spelt right. And also, thank you very much to the TEChBrits for having me on here.
And of course, thank you guys at home for joining us as always. Of course, you can check out that little subscribe button above because we're going to be having another great interview next week. And until next time, ciao.